Welcome to episode 5 of the course on CaoDai by Home and Home Bui. Today is part 3 of the final part of the chapter 2 goal in CaoDai, and we will address section 5 of the human Tao is peace. That section is on practice of the triple-fold path.
Practice on the triple-fold path. To assist the disciple in attaining peace in this life and liberation afterwards, CaoDai Faith offers a triple-fold path which consists of Gongquat, or services to humanity. Gongjin is self-cultivation, and Gongbu, or return to the inner self by meditation. This triple-fold path professed by CaoDai is very realizable by all of us, young and old, whether religious or non-religious. We, the authors, derive so much fulfillment with this triple-fold path. We expressly encourage our readers to embrace this approach, combining services with self-cultivation and reflection and meditation. It gives tangible satisfaction in our relations with other fellow humans, and at the same time gives us a sense of meaningful growth in our relations with the cosmos. Kumquat, service to humanity and to all. You do not need to seek great philosophy. Just look at the life of your human companions and try to serve and nurture it. If you serve humanity with all your heart, the gate of heaven is already open to you. If you have not paid all your karmic debt and have not accrued enough merit, service to all living beings, you cannot become enlightened. In order to become enlightened, you must first accrue enough merit by spreading the Tao, guiding and serving human beings. God CaoDai, the sermons of His Holiness, Ho Bap Bam Gong Tak, 1948. Services to humanity is our practical contribution to the well-being of humanity in CaoDai. It, in fact, extends to the whole universe. Since human beings can be seen as constituted of three aspects: the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual aspects. Services can be rendered at those three planes. At the physical, we send to the needy with food, clothing, shelter. We help build houses, hospitals, schools, temples, and churches. Hum and I contribute in serving food to the undeserved, sending funds for the construction of house units, and digging wells for the needy in Vietnam, and working as a volunteer physician at the New Hope Free Clinic in our adopted hometown, Redlands, California, where we provide medical care and emotional support to the uninsured. We serve all on our path. Regarding the mind and the emotion, words of comfort, understanding, and encouragement are a form of service. Personally, we both are very conscious in giving positive, encouraging strokes to whoever we cross in our way. Another example of our service at the emotional level is grief counseling when a person has lost a loved one. As Mother Teresa stated, find those who think they are alone and let them know they are not. Finally, regarding the spiritual level, sharing spiritual teachings and prayers are of utmost importance to help people rediscover their inner true selves. Involvement in scriptures study classes is another aspect of spiritual services. Naturally, so are the functions performed by ministers, pastors, rabbis, imams, and other spiritual leaders.
All such services should be accomplished spontaneously from the love deep in our heart, without waiting for reward and without pressure upon any individual to believe as you do. And there are no small services. The following examples of unconditional service reside in these first-hand stories. In the countryside of Vietnam, the dirt roads readily develop large holes after heavy monsoon rains. A humble, dedicated person quietly shovels dirt to fill up the holes and provide a smoother travel for his fellow villagers. Some others have been giving shelter to stray dogs, sometimes 10 to 15 dogs at a time, and then gradually placing these dogs into adoption with responsible families. What a deed of compassion. Most importantly, we are to approach service with all our sincerity as we learn from the teaching of superior spirits. Quote, to provide service to all living beings means to use body, mind, and spirit, whether money, properties, physical needs, food, or clothing, without expecting gratitude or recognition from above, or being paid. It means to act simply out of kind-heartedness, expecting neither blessings nor recognition from on high, nor boasting of self-sacrifice, but to do it just with spontaneity, with true loving kindness. In summary, close quote, in summary, service to all living beings is the basis for our spiritual development. That service comes from unconditional love and does not expect rewards. It is the key to open the gate of heaven. The second arm of the triple-fold path is công trình or self-cultivation. As we all have a physical body, an emotional plane, and a spiritual plane, let us see how our physical and emotional features affect our life and how we can improve ourselves in order to have joy, purity, and light. Our physical body has 6 organs and senses: eyes and vision, ears and hearing, nose and smell, tongue and taste, skin and touch, and the mind and thought. External events stimulate these senses to render various and opposite effects. Seeing beautiful or ugly objects can produce desire or disliking. Hearing flattering words and melodious music can also lead to desire, whereas harsh noise and offensive words can lead to hatred. Smelling fragrance can provoke desire, while a foul odor can provoke disgust. Taste can be good or unwanted. The touch of objects can be soft or rough, and our thoughts can be lofty and gentle or heavy and mean. Secular or worldly desires lead to the inflation of the ego, to adverse emotions, to more want and more efforts to satisfy the cravings. They consequently generate more stress, more jealousy, more anger, more yearning, and more unrest. Self-cultivation, on the other hand, serves to improve and lighten our emotions and to control our desire in a way that leads to purity, peace, joy, and freedom. Spiritual traditions and sages all teach us to cultivate ourselves in order to discover our pure conscience, hidden beneath our secular desires. In CaoDai, an imperative phase of our reaching a meaningful life is to cultivate the self. Vietnamese say that by using the word tu, tu. It's written tu, tu. This means to nurture our virtues, to open our heart to the love and compassion of living beings, and to build up courage, perseverance, and resilience to surmount difficulties. In Vietnam, the tradition confirms the essential education for any child as, quote, virtues should be educated before literature, unquote. Indeed, CaoDai teaches the following, quote, self-cultivation is to cultivate the virtues, to improve our attitude and action. One needs to be generous, not discriminating, friendly to all, altruistic, selfless, with an open and noble mind. One should not be greedy, ambitious, jealous, nor full of anger, confused, hateful, nor to be cruel. Moreover, one should be faithful, perseverant, patient, compassionate, altruistic, selfless, respectful to all people, modest, calm, forthright, impartial, and honest.
This continuous effort of improving ourselves, captured in the Tam Lap, another triple endeavor, also well known among the CaoDaists. Tam Lap is particularly mentioned in the sermons of Ho Fat, Tham Kong, and Dak, and in the CDTLHS, the miraculous path to eternal life. This assembles Lap Kong, Lap Duk, Lap Ngom, Lap Gong, right deeds. It is mostly seen under services to humanity. This service spans from daily needs to special events such as marriage, and particularly in the events of death and mourning. Lap Duk, right virtues, and Lap Nom, right speech, also constitutes major steps. We train ourselves continually to improve ourselves as a lifestyle, so that we do service to others spontaneously from our heart, without the intervention of reasoning. Many times, to do such services may be a challenge while dealing with diverse groups of people, with diverse personalities and diverse situations. Try to overcome any hesitation by seeing that the person who needs help is, in fact, a brother or sister of the same human family, and that he or she shares with you the same conscious spark of the divine spirit that you would see in the face of Jesus, of the Buddha, or of God. Lap Duk cultivates the right virtues. Attention is given to Lap Nom, which requires the person to improve his speech or accordance to moral standards. Please refer also to the fifth precept. Do not sin by words. We strive to think, speak righteously, and act righteously. In summary, self-cultivation constitutes the basis for developing a virtuous life and guiding us in selfless service to others. At each moment of our life, wherever we may be and whatever we may do, we remind ourselves that we are following the Tao. We are cultivating our inner being to realize peace in this life, as well as perfection of the divine and salvation after this life. Kung Fu. Return to inner self. Our goal in our spiritual journey is to return to our divine origin. Meditation constitutes as necessary exercise to find the divine essence in ourselves. We all inherit a spark of the divine spirit in order to unveil that spiritual spark. We need to silence our secular attachments and their noisy emotions.
Phàm tâm lặng lẽ, thánh tâm sanh. Or when the human heart is quieted down, the divine heart will surface.
Even if we practice services to humanity and self-cultivation without the return to bliss of our inner self, we shall miss the joyful discovery of our sublime nature and of our divine origin.
This is the end of the triple-fold path of công quả or service to humanity, công trình or self-cultivation, and Kung Fu or meditation. We now see the second part of the goal in CaoDai. The first part is the human Tao is peace. The second part is Thiên đạo giải thoát or the divine Tao is liberation. Please see also section esotericism in chapter 5. As expressed earlier, the journey of a human consists of two aspects. First, nhân đạo thái bình, or the human Tao is peace, which was just discussed and deals mainly with secular activities of service and self-cultivation. This correlates also with exoterism of phước in phước huệ song tu, or concurrent path of practicing service and wisdom. Phước is practicing service, and huệ is practicing self-cultivation and meditation to reach wisdom. The second part is thiên đạo giải thoát. The second aspect of our journey calls us to discover our sublime origin. It is to return to our inner self after quieting down the egoistic self, controlling our secular attachments, our disturbing emotions. This is the ultimate purpose of CaoDai, which is the union with God or enlightenment. Meditation helps to accomplish the silence of the outer world and the surfacing of the pure, naturally good divine essence in ourselves. This union with the divine is attainable as we all receive a spark of the divine spirit. God, humanity, and the universe are one. The union constitutes our return to our sublime origin, with our little sacred light joining the great sacred line of divine, rejoining God's spirit. This path realizes the iconic phrase quote, thầy là các con là thầy, unquote, or quote, I, your master, am you, my children, and children, you are me. It is assisted by disciplined self-cultivation and service concurrently with meditation. It realizes the mystic esoteric practice, also called Huệ in Phước Huệ dual path. Regular, deep, prolonged daily meditation lead to spiritual evolution in 5 discernible steps. Please refer to Esotericism in chapter 5 of Fundamentals of CaoDai Practice. This is the end of chapter 2. See you at next episode. Thank you for listening.